Welcome to the Covert Geo Targeter plugin demo. You're about to discover how adding one single word to your blogs can easily triple your clicks, leads and sales. But before we get into that, we need a little background information. You see, blogs are great. It's one of the most effective ways to get traffic, but it can be very hard to monetize all that Google love. And that's because everybody's using blogs now. There are thousands of identical review blogs out there, and your visitors have seen it all before. In order to get results, your blog needs to stand out from the crowd. And as a solution to that problem, we've brought you both the Covert Action Bar and the Covert Messenger plugins. And over 3,000 warriors picked up each of them, and they're all reporting amazing results. Now you may also remember that in order to make the Covert Messenger plugin, we traveled to the dark side of the internet. We looked at the adult dating niche, and like it or hate it, when the adult industry does something, we pay attention. And the simple reason for that is that these guys are sitting on 20% of all traffic on the internet, and they're a multi-billion-dollar industry. Compared to that, our little internet marketing world is a speck of dust. And these guys are also usually on the forefront of using new technology, so it pays off to look at what they're doing, and that was what we did. Now, while we were there researching, we found something else, something potentially even more powerful than the Covert Messenger, and with the potential to make our previous plugins, and indeed all other plugins, even better. Allow me to explain. Another common thread in the dating niche. Every single successful dating site out there uses geo-targeting in their ads. You've seen it before. If you ever went to a dating site, either by design or by accident, they will have your city, your state, or your country in their ads. And you know how all the hot singles magically live in your town, even though you might be in the sticks and 100 miles from your nearest neighbor. Now that seems stupid, and it seems like almost like it shouldn't work, but these guys don't do anything by accident. They know what they're doing, and geo-targeting works, and it works really well for them. So we asked ourselves, why is geo-targeting rarely used outside of dating then? Is it because it only works in that niche? And once again we set out to test this for you. And the results were amazing. We used geo-targeting on all kinds of blogs, from internet marketing to some Amazon sites selling wedding rings. And we were displaying a visitor's city, state, or country in our blog titles, posts, ads, and more. We tested a lot of different things, but the one thing we always saw was that without any exception, all the blogs we did this on had a significant increase in response from our visitors. It works, and it works great, but there is a problem. Proper geo-targeting is both hard to do and very expensive to do, and it requires a lot of computing power. So far it's been out of reach for the regular guy, us included, and a few previous WSOs attempted to make some geo-targeting plugins, but they really failed at rectifying this. But being the stubborn bastards we are, we figured, why not make a plugin that makes it super easy for people to tap into the power of geo-targeting without any of the hassle and without any of the cost and without the need for some massive servers to take care of it. We set out to program that, and thus the Covert Geo Targeter was born. Now let me show you how in just minutes from right now you can be displaying your visitors' geolocation anywhere on your blogs. And right now I'm actually going to take you live into one of my blogs and show you the plugin in action and show you what it can do for you. So we're going to head into my WordPress admin area here, and as you can see I have opened it up on the Covert Geo Targeter plugin page. I've installed this plugin, and if we go down here these are all the settings. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot for you to do in here, but trust me, there's a V12 engine under the hood here. First you see here that you need an API key. This is because how this plugin works is that when a visitor hits your site, our plugin records this IP address, then it fires it off to the IP info database, and they instantly send back the visitor's city, state, country, and country code based on the IP. And in order for that to happen without anything, it doesn't run on your blog. It doesn't hurt your blog's loading time or anything. But in order for that to happen, you need an API key. But the good news is this is completely free, and you only need to register for it once. And we have a special link in here. You click here, you register for the API key, you get it instantly, and you put it in here, and then the plugin is working. And there's actually nothing else to do in here. Now you'll see that when you've done that, what you get down here is 4 shortcodes. One for country code, one for the country name, one for the region. Region is the same as state, and one for the city. And these shortcodes you can then put anywhere on your blog to display your visitors' actual country, state, city, or country code. The final thing in here is that we have a default value as well, and that is used because in 99.99% of the time our plugin and the IP info database will be able to give all these values for all your visitors. However, some people use proxy IPs or VPN settings. That means they're trying to hide where they are, and that's what these default settings are for. They are for you to put in whatever you want in case the plugin is not able to determine one or more of these values. If you leave these blank, the plugin will just skip it if they can't determine it, but you can write whatever you want here as an alternative if you can't find it. But as I said, in 99.99% of the time, it will be able to determine all these values for all your visitors. So that's it in here. You have these shortcodes, and then you can put them anywhere on your blog, and I'm going to show you exactly how that works. If we go up here to posts, I believe I have made a draft that we can go look at. Indeed I have. I click on edit here, and we can see that I have started using the shortcodes in here. I have used them in the post title, which you see I have the shortcode for city name, for the region name, and for the country up here in the title. Down here in the post itself, I've put the same shortcodes in here, and also include the country code one. And just to show you that you can use them inside links as anchor text as well, I put in a link here which has the shortcodes inside the anchor text. So what I'm going to do now is click on preview, and we'll go see this in action. Now I'm on Cyprus, and no, the plugin is not broken. Where I live, the state and city name is actually the same, but I'm going to show you some other variations in a bit. And another thing you'll notice here is my Covert Messenger ad popped up here, and I've actually added the shortcodes in here, and they work just fine in the plugin. But just to prove to you that this actually works exactly like I say it does, I'm going to use actually a VPN service to make it look like I'm in Australia, meaning that I will be on an Australian IP. Now it says Sydney here. I believe today it's actually resolving to a Melbourne IP, but we will see in a bit. So I'm just refreshing the page here, and it's loading up. And as you can see, our plugin has now determined that I'm in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, which is put in here in the post title. Down here in the actual post, I had the shortcodes again. For city, Melbourne, state, Victoria, country, Australia, and the AU country code for Australia. Down here, where I put the Melbourne, Australia inside the anchor text for a link. This, by the way, is a great conversion strategy if you're running something like an Amazon review site, selling Amazon products. to have a call to action link that says click here for free shipping to, well, in this case it's at Melbourne, Australia, but this would obviously be whatever city and state your visitor is in. Great conversion strategy there. And again, you can see here it works inside the Covert Messenger plugin. It resolves here Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, AU. And this is just one of our plugins. These shortcodes from our plugin actually works. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the ad there. Okay, these shortcodes actually work inside all plugins as long as the plugins accept shortcodes, and most plugins do. You'll also notice that I created a custom menu on this blog where I put in the values as well, so it works perfectly fine in the menu. I also used it in a text HTML widget on my sidebar here, including in the widget title. Works perfectly fine there. In the widget itself, and in a link in the widget here, where I have another great conversion strategy here where it says click here for special bonus only available for residents of Australia. And obviously that will be resolving to whatever country your visitor is in. It just makes it seem like they're lucky today. They're getting free shipping because they live where they live. They get a bonus because they live where they live. So that is pretty much it. As I said, it's very simple, but extremely powerful to be able to display your visitor's actual geolocation anywhere on your blog. So right now I'm just going to go back to the slides and show you a few examples and strategies of how to really take advantage of this. So the reason why this works is that geotargeting compels your visitors to read your blog, click your ads and your links. And the reason that is because you're using geolocation on your blog, it automatically makes you, your content and your offers much more relevant to your visitors, and it makes you stand out. I mean, nobody else right now is doing this on their blogs, so that alone makes you stand out. But it also makes it much more relevant to your visitors, and you just saw my 2 quick examples with saying I have a link that says you can get free shipping if you live here, or there's a free bonus if you live here. They haven't seen that before. They'll be instantly drawn to it because it's familiar to them. It is actually their location, and that's why it works so well. And as I said, you can use the geo shortcodes anywhere, in your post and page titles, in your actual post and pages, in widgets and in widget titles, in your custom menus. You can put the shortcodes directly in your theme code if you're comfortable working with that, and that of course means that you can put them anywhere on your blog that accept shortcodes, even in other plugins like, for example, the Covert Messenger and the Covert Action Bar. There are hundreds of ways to use this. Like I did, you can use it in your call to action and in your links to make specials and deals and increase your click-through rate. For example, the free shipping example, offer a 50% discount only available to people in, and then you use the city code or the state code or the country code, or a free bonus only available to people in, and then you put in the code. You can use it in your titles and in your menus to really grab people's attention, like I just did, where I had their actual location in my post title. This is guaranteed to get their attention, and they'll start reading your post. And when people start reading your stuff and they spend time on your blog, it will lower your bounce rate. And we saw this in our testing, because we got more people to read our stuff, it lowered our bounce rate, and in turn Google loved us even more, and we got better rankings. You can use it in your ad widgets to increase your click-through rates on your ads. And another great strategy we used in our testing is to use it for social proof, as in saying, for example, 100 people in and then use the city code, so it'll be 100 people in your city is already using this great tool and stuff like that. And when people read that and they see that somebody in their area is actually have purchased this, are using this, or whatever, it acts as social proof, and it makes it much easier to convert them. You can use it in dynamic linking. You can use pre-filled forms, and much more, of course. It's really down to your imagination to come up with new and exciting ways to use this powerful conversion tool. And I will say that you can use it both for good and evil. If we think about the dating sites again, they obviously use it in a not so transparent way, and it is obviously fake. And you have the option to do the same, or you can do it in a very transparent way. Completely up to you. We're not going to judge you on anything. I'm just saying this is a very powerful conversion tool, and there is the option to go both good and evil with it. And remember, this is not limited to adult or dating. It will work in any niche. And in fact, there are no dating affiliates left watching this. They have all clicked on the order button by now, because they know how insanely powerful this is. The only thing that's certain, using geolocation on your blog will make you stand out, get people's attention, and increase your results. And for a limited time only, you can get your hands on a brand new Covert Geo Targeter plugin at a special low early bird price. We do plan to sell this for up to $47 very soon, but right now you can get it at a fraction of that, including free lifetime updates. We'll even include full multi-site and developer's license at no extra cost. That means you can use the plugin on all your blogs, add it to blogs you build for clients. You can even sell and flip blogs with the plugin already installed on it. So all that's left now to do now is to click the button below to secure your copy of the Covert Geo Targeter plugin before the price goes up.